From Ozarks First, you're watching Color 10 News at 10.
Springfield has meant a great deal to me for years and years and years.
One of daytime TV's biggest game show hosts, Bob Barker, has died. Good evening and welcome to your news at 10. I'm Sydney Moran. Bob Barker was 99 years old and spent his teen years right here in Springfield. CBS's Danya Backus has a look at the life and legacy of the Price is Right host from Hollywood.
America's #1 television fun game.
Truth or Consequences made Bob Barker a household name.
Just like that.
But his 18-year run on that game show was just the beginning.
He's the star of the new Price is Right.
In 1972, Barker took over The Price is Right and made it the longest-running game show in TV history. Contestant kisses became one of its trademarks. So did Barker's sign-off.
Have your pets spayed or neutered. Goodbye, everybody.
Barker was also a longtime animal activist. He hosted the Miss USA pageant but stepped down after 22 years when organizers refused to stop giving fur coats as prizes. He later paid close to $900,000 to fly elephants from the Toronto Zoo to an animal sanctuary in Northern California. The game show host's love for animals began when he was growing up on an Indian reservation in South Dakota.
Mom was looking for me. She'd look for a pack of dogs. And she said, if I could see the dogs, I knew that's where he was.
Barker didn't just give away prizes. He won 19 daytime Emmys as game show producer and host during his record run on national TV.
Come on down.
In 2007, after 35 years, Bob Barker made his last regularly scheduled appearance on The Price is Right.
He said goodbye, and it's tough.
Stand by. Here's the star of The Price is Right. Open it.
It was a memorable moment in a legendary career that lasted more than 50 years. Danya Backus, CBS News, Hollywood.
And what a legendary career it was. Besides being a beloved national figure, he was also a beloved Ozarks figure, graduating from high school and college here in Springfield and marrying his high school sweetheart. Now, he left the area in the late 1940s for fame and fortune in California, but returned numerous times and made generous donations to his alma mater, Drury University. Today, we have Bethany French in the studio, who talked to community members who are remembering his legacy. Bethany.
That's right, Sydney. Bob Barker was a well-known name among the people I spoke with today, and they say he made a lasting impact on the community and the nation. Before Bob Barker's claim to fame, he spent many years of his young adulthood here in Springfield.
He was always supportive of Springfield, of the public schools, of Drury.
Barker graduated from what is now Central High School in 1941 and attended Drury University.
He came back many times. He was Grand Marshal of parades and things like that, and was very proud of his time here and the success he had here in Springfield.
Barker left Drury for a few years to join the Navy Reserve and serve in World War II. After serving, Barker came back to get his college degree and landed his first on-air job at KTTS Radio.
Got involved in local radio here. At that time, local radio was really taking off. They were adding stations and so on.
Barker's career took off once he became the host of Truth or Consequences and The Price is Right.
He was always very friendly and kind with the people that was on his show. I mean, you know, he did the come on down thing and everything, you know, and you just wanted to be there, you know, in his presence.
You know, a Springfield sailor winning $1,000 on The Price is Right.
I'm glad he lived a good long life, 99, but death is sad. And the absence of his presence is kind of a sobering thought. But my gosh, he made a big impact upon the whole nation.
Barker's impact stretched beyond people. He used his platform to advocate for animal rights and donated to Drury University's Animal Studies program and to the Humane Society of Southwest Missouri.
He was one of the ones that was so grounded and so natural in what his thoughts were and what he did and attempted to do. He was just an amazing, amazing person.
Whether it's the smile he put on people's faces or the animals he helped, Barker's life and legacy will be forever remembered here in Springfield, even when you drive through town.
In Springfield, Missouri, they have Bob Barker Boulevard.
I wish we could all smile like Bob Barker.
Barker donated over $3 million in total to Drury University, and he would have been 100 years old this December.
Bethany French reporting for us tonight. Thanks, Bethany. Now, Bob Barker's life was dedicated to animals, like Bethany mentioned, and today happens to be International Dog Day. There is a constant and urgent need to find homes for stray dogs and cats across the state. Today, the Arkansas Heart Hospital teamed up with the Humane Society of Pulaski County for the Paws for the Heart event. Every adopter received a free Keep the Beat heart screening. Organizers were on hand to explain the many potential positive health effects of adopting a furry companion.
Added bonus, you just can't go wrong. You take one of these little fellows home, a dog or a cat, see if it doesn't impact your health.
Pets can often decrease stress and anxiety for their owners, increase physical activity, and provide companionship. Turning now to our weather forecast, Matt, over the past week, our heat index has been well over 100 degrees, but we had some relief today and rain. I know around 6 o'clock it was pouring here in Springfield.
It's pouring here at the studio. Yeah, we had 6 days in a row where that heat index was over 110, but we're starting to get some cooler temperatures that are coming here in the Ozarks, and they're going to stay. It's going to feel like fall over the next couple days. High temperatures today, Springfield was in the 80s. Now, those high temperatures for the last 7 days, the lowest we ever got was 94. So we're starting to feel a little bit of these cooler temperatures, and when we get into tomorrow, it's going to be another leap forward when temperatures begin to cool even more. But I want to talk about the heat index because at this time yesterday, the heat index in Springfield was in the 90s. Now it's 75. So not only are those temperatures coming back, that humidity is starting to disappear. We're getting the best of both worlds. Looking at satellite radar, we have kind of an active atmosphere, but most of that activity is taking place out to the east of Highway 65. The good news is we aren't expecting anything here to get severe. We're not, just mostly concerns about heavy rainfall in some localized areas. When we get into tomorrow, there's some chance that we may have some stray showers that are going to linger from kind of the rain that we experienced earlier today. But as the day progresses, the clouds are going to clear out and it's going to be nice. Temperatures going to be in those high 70s, possibly up to 80 degrees. Sydney?
All right, thanks, Matt. The Kansas City Chiefs played their final preseason game this afternoon, but there's still a lot of work to do before they open the season on September 7th, which is coming up pretty quickly, isn't it?
Oh, yes, it is.
Color 10's Chris Pinson joins us to share the significance of today's game, Chris.
Well, Sydney, you would think in the final preseason game, it's all about getting those reps, the chemistry, all the starters playing. Not the case, though, because the deal is you want to get the guys on the roster that can fill out the final 53 men to make the cut. So from a coaching standpoint, it was all about seeing which guys could separate themselves from the pack and use this final opportunity to prove why they deserve to have a permanent place inside the locker room this fall. The deadline for that 53-man roster, it's on Tuesday. So with that knowledge in the back of their head, there was no excuse not to go out and embarrass the Browns any way a guy could. Will Andy Reid consider keeping 4 quarterbacks? What about the wide receiver and running back groups? So much talent across the board, but again, only so many spots available. If you join me later in sports, I got the highlights from this game, and you'll see exactly who shined in their final preseason act.
Looking forward to that. Thanks, Chris. A St. Louis woman and a baby died last night in a crash near Monette. Now, a driver failed to stop at a stop sign and pulled in front of the woman's car. Both the 1-year-old child and the woman died at the scene. The other driver and the 3-year-old passenger in that car were taken to a hospital in Joplin. And some people experienced traffic delays this afternoon after a crash happened on Glenstone Avenue here in Springfield. 2 cars were involved in the incident and only the passengers in both cars were hurt. They were both taken to the hospital with minor injuries.
What is going on?
What's happening?
A scary situation last night. A shooting broke out at a football game in Oklahoma, killing a 16-year-old boy and hurting 3 others. The Choctaw High School Yellow Jackets had just scored a touchdown and were trailing Del City High School's Eagles when the shooting began. Now, video of the game broadcast showed the moment players heard the shooting and ran from the field while others ducked for cover. No one was in custody on Friday night, according to police. 4 people are dead in Jacksonville, Florida after a gunman opened fire at a Dollar General store today. Police are saying the shooting was racially motivated after the gunman texted his dad telling him to look at his computer 30 minutes before firing. Police say that's where his manifesto was.
Portions of these manifestos detail the shooter's disgusting ideology of hate. Plainly put, this shooting was racially motivated and he hated black people.
The gunman killed 2 black men and 1 black woman before taking his own life. The names of the gunmen and victims have not been released. Now taking a live look outside of Springfield. Well, we had a pretty nice day today. We saw some sun this morning, and then this afternoon in certain areas we had some rain. I know we saw some rain here in Springfield that caused a little bit of flooding just because of how hard it was pouring. And after last week's heat wave, this week will sure feel nice with temperatures in the 80s, if you can believe it. Coming up, Matt Hefner has your full forecast.